Hello, bonjour. It's not a real presentation, right? It's. I think I love Rob, but I'm not the same kind of guy, and I mean, I hope we will have some fun together. And we're gonna talk about my country, which is France. France, it's a really, really beautiful country. In France, we have a way of life which are very proud. Although it often seems illogical for people who are not French. We are, in fact, full of contradiction. For you, joie de vivre, for example, it's this. For us, it's this too, especially in those times. For you, un je ne sais quoi, you can imagine a beautiful girl in Paris. And for us, un je ne sais quoi, it's also that. I mean, if you in Paris and you take a cab, please call me, it's an amazing experience. For you, you know, everybody, I hope, dreams of a French kiss. But this is also a French kiss with cheese, and it's not very funny to experiment. So that's what goes on in everyday life in France, and you could say that surely everything is not like that, except it is. For example, in politics, look at your president. When the papers talk about his personal life, you get this. For us, when the papers talk about our president's private life, it looks more like this. It says, Julie Gaillet, the secret love of the president. Basically, that's him there, getting busted by paparazzis as he's getting on the scooter to go and see his mistress. I know it seems crazy, but in my country, it's true. When you guys say First Lady, you see that. Us, we get this. Once again, it's not a joke. It's our former President Sarkozy's wife, Carla Bruni. Of course, we haven't even mentioned our former presidential candidate, this guy. You know the story. So it's like, as you know, French people do exactly the opposite of what is expected of them. You might say that at least when it comes to sports, it's different. There are rules. You can't just do whatever you want in your own way. Well, the French kind of do. For example, we have this guy, an amazing champion, Zinedine Zidane, an amazing soccer player, really, really good, a fucking genius. And then in 2006, France is in final against Italy. And what did our big champion do? That. A butt ad. Fuck the final against Italy. Why Zinedine Zidane did that? We don't know. Music. Same struggle. For once, we get a pair of French musicians that gain international recognition. And it doesn't happen very often in France. And what do? They decide to hide behind helmets so that no one can recognize them. So, what's that got to do with advertising? In my opinion, everything. Because our industry is all about the art of doing the opposite of what's expected, the art of surprising. I believe that screwing logic and going with your guts to do the unexpected is key to creativity for brands. The unexpected, the surprise, and breaking the codes of categories, I think that's what makes the difference. The first time I saw, remember Dove's evolution, 10 years ago, something like that. And the same thing for sketches after that. I say to myself, this is mad, that's madness. They're completely changing the rules of the category. Do you remember evolution? Let's have a look.
Ready, 5 please. Camera's rolling. And we're recording sound. It's slated.
I mean, that's a little bit insane because you have the impression that they are unselling their own category. They are unselling advertising. In their ad, they tell us, don't believe the ad. That's not logic, but it's brilliant, and it's the opposite we can we can expect from a brand and the big brand as Dove. It's not logic, right? And in France, we are quite good at this game, breaking the rules of advertising, leaving logic and rationality behind. We made a thing for Silid Bang, and anyone will tell you that in order to sell a household product, it would be completely illogical to not show an housewife. But maybe you'd be wrong. We did that.
Just a still-time girl on a Saturday night, looking for the fight of her life. In the real-time world, no one sees her at all. They all say she's crazy. It can catch on like a knife if the gift becomes the fire. A wire between real and what will be. She's a maniac, maniac on the floor. And she's dancing like she's never danced before. She's a maniac, maniac on the floor. And she's dancing like she's never danced before. She's a maniac, maniac on the floor.
As you can see, it's completely stupid, of course, but results, sales multiplied by 5 in just 6 months, for real. And so it means being illogical pays off. And I have another a French example for Marc Dorcel. Maybe you know the case. Sorry about that. It's a subscription porn website. And the agency decided to make the site free, but with one little condition.
Le buzz de la semaine, eh bien oui, car l'industrie du X a toujours un coup d'avance en ce qui concerne le marketing.
My name is Marc Dorcel.
Marc Dorcel, the undisputed king of adult films in Europe, has a problem. Sex sells, but sex is hard to sell. Because online, everyone gets it for free. So, why would people pay €9.99 a month for Marc's high-quality streaming adult films if they don't see what high quality actually is? That's why Marc decided to give an exclusive free access to his entire library. But under that one little condition, to keep their hands on the keyboard. Presenting Hands Off. People loved Marc's offer. They loved it so much that they tried hard to put their hands to use again to hack it.
Vous lâchez et vous pouvez profiter du film en illimité de tout de suite.
And the media loved it too.
On a déjà parlé de Marc Dorcel ici, ça continue de glamouriser la marque.
Le trafic du site a été multiplié par 27, le nombre d'abonnés sur le site multiplié par 50, plus de 4000 mentions sans les mains sur le réseau social Twitter, 7 heures en sujet numéro 1 en France hier. Bref, c'était le carton total au niveau de la promo.
In the end, Marc was never so pleased to use his own hands. Try now the hands-off experience.
Totally illogical, but funny. We could also have a look at the Intermarché case, and we will have a discussion after that.
550 million litres of orange juice are sold every day in the world. Half of that in Europe. The competition is fierce, every brand claiming its juice to be the best. But one thing is for sure, no orange juice is better and healthier than a freshly squeezed one. And what proves the freshness of a fresh orange juice better than the exact hour and minute the juice was made? That's why Intermarché, one of the largest supermarket chains in France, has launched the freshest fresh orange juice brand ever created. A brand whose name is in itself a proof of its freshness. A juice brand whose name is the exact time the juice was made. Yes, the name of the brand changes every minute with every bottle of orange juice made. Now, discover the 8:36 a.m. fresh orange juice brand. The 8:36 a.m. fresh orange juice brand was created at exactly 8:36 a.m. The oranges were squeezed at 8:36 a.m. The bottle was labeled at 8:36 a.m. and brought to the dedicated aisle. And what made the fresh taste of the 8:36 a.m. orange juice brand accessible to everybody was its refreshingly low price, €1.50. The process was exactly the same for the 8:37, 38, 39 a.m. brands and so on. They were made live in store to adapt to demand and avoid any waste. This new fresh orange juice brand was launched with a whole integrated campaign, making fun of our competitors and their pseudo-traditional way of making orange juice. Discover this juice unequaled since 5:43 p.m., born out of the courage and obstinacy of a woman who squeezed and squeezed for endless seconds to create this extremely fresh juice envied by the whole world since 5:43 p.m. People liked the freshness of the juice, so much so that in the first 3 days of the campaign, our fresh orange juice sales multiplied by 4,600% per store, and overall in-store traffic increased by 25%. And the media liked the freshness of the idea. 50 million media impressions were generated in the first 3 hours of the launch, and the hashtag le jus le plus frais, the freshest juice ever, has spread quickly over the web. Finally, at the very moment you're watching this video, a whole new brand of orange juice is actually being created. The freshest fresh orange juice brand ever made.
Once again, there is no logic in this case, because that makes no sense. Of course, people will choose the freshest juice, of course. Okay, that's illogical, but it's a nice PR coup to show how fresh their product is. So, in French, we don't have a monopoly of this art of doing the opposite and the unexpected. As I said before, I think it's at the very heart of creativity. So I've selected some other examples that I like a lot. Let's have a look together. The first example, it's how to sell a destination by saying it's the most boring place in the world. It's quite bizarre, but it's quite funny. It's for Oregon. Oregon, we like it here. It's totally underselling the destination.
If you brought a swimsuit to the Oregon coast, don't worry. Someone will loan you a sweater. There are a lot of activities to do in Oregon. For instance, looking at things is an activity.
Sorry, there is another example for. I can go back. Yes. Yes, maybe it works. It's for a beer that encourages you to not drink a beer. It's not this one.
There.
Where have all the good men gone? And where are all the gods?
Where's the streetwise Hercules to fight the rising odds?
Isn't there a white knight upon a fiery steed? Late at night I toss and turn and I dream of what I need. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero. Till the end of the night.
He's got to be strong,
And he's gotta be fast. And he's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. He's gotta be sure.
and it's gotta be soon.
And he's gotta be larger than life. Larger than life.
The next example is how to make people go to the cinema because the cinema is really bad. Let's have a look. Another example.
Hey, Tim.
Oh, no.
Show Joel how
Oh,
everything
sorry.
you touch.
I only have this one. Okay. I love this one. The another example, everybody knows this one. It's about his miserable life because of a candy.
Hey, Tim, show Joel how everything you touch turns into Skittles.
That's awesome. Is it awesome? Well, you can't hold your newborn baby boy in your arms. Did you feed and dress yourself this morning? I didn't. I met a man on the bus today. I shook his hand. He'll never see his family again. I guess that's pretty awesome. Excuse me.
Touch the rainbow.
How can you imagine a retailer putting a shoplifter in the spotlight of its campaign? You know this campaign. So you get the point. That was the purpose of my demonstration. I really think that to be unexpected, to take the opposite idea, that's at the heart of the creativity. It's quite difficult to understand, especially for clients. Because they are an idea to see something that they already exist. It's quite difficult to sell something that doesn't exist. So that's our job. It's a tough job, but I'm really convinced that maybe it's one of the key of the creativity. To be completely illogical. So I'm done. I was a little bit quicker than Rob. And thank you so much. That's all, folks. And I hope you had some fun.